10 American-made tractors. One brutal ranking. Some of these machines hauled America through the Dust Bowl, fought in World War II, and reshaped modern agriculture forever. Others, total disappointments that should have stayed on the drawing board. We dug through decades of real production data, horsepower specs, and farmer reviews to settle this once and for all, worst to absolute best. Number 10. Minneapolis-Moline UDLX Comfortractor. Kicking things off at number 10 is the Minneapolis-Moline UDLX Comfortractor. And honestly, the name says everything. In 1938, Minneapolis-Moline introduced what they called the world's first luxury tractor, complete with an enclosed cab, a passenger seat, a radio, a heater, and a speedometer that pushed up to 40 miles per hour on the road. That's right, 40 miles per hour in 1938. Here's why it's at the bottom of our list. Despite all the innovation, Minneapolis-Moline only sold around 150 units in the first year. The $2,155 price tag, more than double the cost of a standard tractor at the time, put it completely out of reach for the average Depression-era farmer. The idea was brilliant. The execution was tone-deaf. The UDLX was powered by a 4-cylinder engine producing around 39 horsepower at the belt. For its era, that was respectable. But farmers needed workhorses, not show horses. It's a fascinating piece of American engineering history, just not a practical one. Number 9. Oliver 88. Number 9 is the Oliver 88. Introduced in 1947 by the Oliver Farm Equipment Company out of Chicago, Illinois. The Oliver 88 was a solid post-World War II workhorse. It came with a 6-cylinder gasoline engine producing around 42 horsepower at the drawbar, solid numbers for the late 1940s. Oliver was known for building smooth, powerful tractors, and the 88 continued that tradition. It was available in row crop, standard, and orchard configurations, giving farmers real flexibility. The live hydraulic system was ahead of its time, and the tractor's ergonomic design made long days in the field more manageable. So why number 9? Oliver, despite making genuinely good equipment, never cracked the market share of the big players. The company merged into White Farm Equipment by 1969, and much of the brand's legacy got absorbed and diluted. Great tractor, limited lasting impact. That's the Oliver 88 story. Number 8. Allis-Chalmers WD-45. At number 8, the Allis-Chalmers WD-45. Built in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the WD-45 debuted in 1953 and became one of the most important tractors in Allis-Chalmers history. It was the first American-built farm tractor offered with a factory-installed LP gas engine option, and it also came in gasoline and diesel variants. The diesel WD-45 produced around 43 horsepower at the drawbar and was well regarded for fuel efficiency. That signature Persian orange paint made these tractors unmistakable across any field in America. Allis-Chalmers was also the brand that introduced pneumatic rubber tires to American tractors back in 1932, a revolutionary change that transformed agriculture. So the company already had serious innovation pedigree. The WD-45 lands at 8, because while it was a fantastic machine for its time, Allis-Chalmers struggled to keep pace with John Deere and International Harvester in terms of dealer networks and marketing muscle throughout the 1950s and 60s. Number 7. Case IH Magnum 7140. Number 7 is the Case IH Magnum 7140, launched in 1987 by Case IH, a brand born from the 1985 merger of J.I. Case and International Harvester. The Magnum series was a total reset. It brought closed cab comfort, electronic controls, and serious big-acre power into a package that redefined what a row crop tractor could be. The 7140 produced 195 horsepower from its 504 cubic inch 6-cylinder diesel engine. Substantial numbers for the late 1980s. It featured a fully synchronized 18-speed partial power shift transmission and was one of the first tractors designed with operator ergonomics as a priority from the ground up. The cab was quiet, the controls were laid out logically, and farmers noticed. The Magnum line went on to become one of the most successful tractor series in Case IH history, still in production today in evolved form. The 7140 is the grandfather of that legacy. Number 6. International Harvester Farm Farmall M. At number 6, the International Harvester Farmall M. Introduced in 1939 and produced until 1952, the Farmall M became the best-selling tractor in the United States for much of the 1940s. Over 268,000 units were built during its production run, making it one of the most commercially successful farm tractors in American history. The Farmall M was powered by a 4-cylinder engine displacing 247.7 cubic inches, producing approximately 33 horsepower at the drawbar. That might sound modest today, but in 1939, the Farmall M could handle 2 plow work in most conditions while remaining affordable for the average Midwestern farmer. It was simple, durable, and easy to repair with basic tools. Them also played a role in World War II. The U.S. military procured a special industrial variant. Its cultural footprint in rural America is enormous. This tractor fed the country through the 1940s, and there are still thousands running today. Number 5. Ford 8N. Number 5 is the Ford 8N. And if you know anything about American tractors, you knew this one was coming. Introduced in 1947 and built through 1952, the Ford 8N became the best-selling farm tractor in U.S. history up to that point. Ford produced over 524,000 units of the 8N. That's more than 500,000 tractors in just 5 years. The 8N featured Ford's famous 4-cylinder engine producing around 27 horsepower. The revolutionary Ferguson system 3-point hitch developed with Harry Ferguson and a 4-speed transmission. The 3-point hitch alone transformed American agriculture by allowing implements to be attached, controlled, and quickly swapped without leaving the seat. That system became the global standard. The 8N was affordable, parts were everywhere, and it was remarkably user-friendly. Small and medium-scale farmers across America could finally access a modern, capable tractor without breaking the bank. Resale values on 8Ns remain strong even today, a testament to just how well Ford built them. Number 4. John Deere 4020. At number 4, and this might be controversial, the John Deere 4020. Released in 1963 as part of the new generation lineup, the 4020 is widely considered the most beloved tractor John Deere ever built. It was powered by a 6-cylinder diesel engine producing around 94 horsepower and featured a power shift transmission, one of the first fully power shift transmissions ever offered on a row crop tractor. 8 forward speeds, no clutching. That was a massive deal in 1963. John Deere produced the 4020 from 1963 through 1972, and during that run, it dominated the American market. Farmers loved it for its power, its smoothness, and its reliability. It handled row crop work, heavy tillage, and everything in between. A used 4020 in good condition today can still fetch over $15,000 to $20,000, nearly 60 years after production ended. The 4020 is the tractor that cemented John Deere's dominance in the American market. Before it, International Harvester and Ford were serious competitors. After the 4020, John Deere pulled ahead and largely never looked back. Legendary. Number 3. Caterpillar Challenger 65. Coming in at number 3, the Caterpillar Challenger 65. Unveiled in 1987 and built in Peoria, Illinois, the Challenger 65 was genuinely revolutionary. It was the first tractor to use rubber-belted tracks, what Caterpillar called the mobile track system, replacing the steel tracks of traditional crawlers and the rubber tires of row crop tractors with something entirely new. The Challenger 65 produced 270 horsepower from its 893 cubic inch 6-cylinder Caterpillar diesel engine. The rubber tracks distributed the machine's 38,000-pound weight over a massive footprint, dramatically reducing soil compaction compared to equivalent wheeled tractors. For large grain farms on heavy soils, this was a revelation. The Challenger concept proved so successful that every major tractor manufacturer eventually developed their own tracked or belted machines. When a single model forces an entire industry to reconsider its engineering assumptions, that machine belongs in the upper tier of any ranking. Caterpillar sold the Challenger line to Agseo in 2002, where it continues today under the Agseo brand. Number 2. John Deere 8R Series. At number 2, the John Deere 8R Series. Introduced in its current generation form in 2011, and continuously refined through today. The 8R represents the pinnacle of modern American row crop tractor design. Available in configurations ranging from 235 to 410 horsepower, the 8R combines raw power with precision agriculture technology in a way that previous generations of farmers couldn't have imagined. The 8R features John Deere's IVT, infinitely variable transmission, which allows the operator to set a desired ground speed and let the tractor manage engine RPM and transmission ratio automatically for maximum fuel efficiency. Integrated GPS guidance through John Deere's AutoTrack system delivers pass-to-pass accuracy of under 1 inch, reducing overlap, saving fuel, and reducing operator fatigue on 16-hour planting days. Built at John Deere's Waterloo, Iowa facility, the same factory where tractors have been made since 1918, the 8R is the product of over a century of engineering refinement. It can be remotely monitored via the John Deere Operations Center, receives over-the-air software updates, and integrates seamlessly with precision planting and application equipment. The 8R is not just a great tractor, it's a rolling data center, a precision instrument, and a production machine all at once. The only reason it sits at number 2 is because of what's coming next. Number 1. John Deere Model A. Number 1. The absolute best American tractor ever built. The John Deere Model A. Stay with us, because this might surprise you. The John Deere Model A was introduced in 1934 and produced all the way through 1952, an 18-year production run. Over 328,000 units were built across its entire run. It was John Deere's first true row crop tractor, and it defined what a general-purpose farm tractor should be in the United States for nearly 2 decades. The original Model A produced around 24 horsepower at the belt and 16 at the drawbar from its famous 2-cylinder horizontal engine. John Deere called it the Johnny Popper because of the distinctive sound that 2-cylinder engine made, a pop, pop, pop that became one of the most recognized sounds in rural America. That engine design was simple, durable, and could run on low-grade distillate fuel, cutting operating costs significantly during the Depression years. But here's why the Model A wins this ranking. It's not just about the numbers. The Model A arrived at the exact moment American agriculture desperately needed a reliable, affordable, versatile general-purpose tractor. The Great Depression had devastated farm incomes. The Dust Bowl was destroying farmland across the Great Plains. Farmers couldn't afford to take chances on unreliable equipment. The Model A delivered. Its adjustable rear axle, a feature that sounds simple now but was genuinely innovative in 1934, allowed farmers to match the tractor's wheel spacing to different row widths without specialized tools. This made the Model A viable for corn, cotton, soybeans, and a dozen other crops without modification. Versatility like that didn't exist before. The Model A was continuously updated throughout its production run. By the time production ended in 1952, the final versions produced over 38 horsepower, more than double the original. John Deere invested in the platform rather than abandoning it, which gave farmers confidence that their investment would be supported for years. The Model A built John Deere's brand loyalty in rural America so deeply that it echoes down to the present day. When you see a John Deere 8R working a cornfield in Iowa in 2024, you are looking at the direct descendant of a legacy that the Model A established 90 years ago. Impact, innovation, timing, durability, and cultural legacy on all 5 criteria. The Model A is the greatest American tractor ever built. That's our definitive ranking of the top 10 American tractors, worst to absolute best. From the beautifully impractical Minneapolis-Moline UDLX to the epoch-defining John Deere Model A, every machine on this list pushed American agriculture forward in its own way. Do you think we got it right? Is the Ford 8N criminally underrated at number 5? Should the Farmall M be higher? Drop your ranking in the comments. We read every one of them. And if you think we missed a tractor that deserves to be on this list, tell us which one and why. If you want to see us rank the top 10 international tractors next, or go deep on any single machine from this list, hit that subscribe button and let us know. There's a lot more agricultural history to dig into. We'll see you in the next one.